Well, I know it might still seem like it's a long way away, but there's no doubt that the next general election is approaching. The more people are talking about the next general election as it approaches. Of course, Boris Johnson, now the Fixed Term Parliaments Act has gone, actually has the power to call that general election. And we have, for instance, James Forsyth recently with an interesting article in the Times talking about something that I've highlighted, which is that, you know, the prospect of a Labour-led government supported by maybe the Lib Dems and a change in voting system. Now, I actually support the voting system changing. And there is little doubt in my mind, actually, that on the current trajectory, unless the Conservatives can win back Brexiteer support that they've lost since 2019, then on the current trajectory, I would say we are heading for a Labour coalition government. Labour's election results, poll results, are not anywhere near good enough at the moment for them to form a majority government on their own. We saw the recent local elections where I highlighted, you know, Labour's performance was dismal in some areas of the country where the Conservatives actually gained seats from Labour. But what you could see, you know, is Labour doing a deal with the Lib Dems, with the Green Party, maybe even with the SNP in return for another referendum, and a change in voting system to go with it. Well, something that I thought was really interesting that I saw from Redfield and Wilton was what the British public think about the prospect of another general election. A general election in the next 6 months. And Redfield and Wilton actually find there's quite a lot of British public support for this. You know, nearly a majority of the country overall would support the government calling a general election in the next 6 months. In fact, only a fifth of the country opposes that. And yeah, you might say, well, yeah, of course, the opposition parties, supporters are going to want a general election to obviously oust Boris Johnson and form a government. But when you look at the numbers here, narrowly, you've even got Conservative 2019 voters more in favour of a general election in the next 6 months than against. There is clearly enthusiasm already, it seems, for another general election, people keen to have their say. And I think, as I said, the trajectory for me is that if the Conservatives do not do more to win back Brexiteer support, and you've heard my suggestions on this before, you know, they should have triggered Article 16 long ago. They need to be a lot more firm in standing up to the EU. We should be leaving the ECHR. Net migration should be brought down to the tens of thousands as David Cameron pledged and couldn't deliver inside the EU. Be far tougher on law and order. The BBC licence fee should be scrapped now. We should have new grammar schools in the poorest postcodes of this country. And we need energy independence instead of net zero dogma. Those are my suggestions. But interesting, as I said, to see that level of enthusiasm for a general election soon. Let me know what you make of those numbers in the comments below, guys. Would you like to see a general election soon or not? As ever, I will keep bringing you all the very latest. If you want to support my channel, do hit the thanks button down below to drop a super thanks. We'd really appreciate your support. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.